Hello everyone, welcome back to Jessie Kate Creates. I am Jessica and today I have a project share for you guys. So I want to talk through this card and how I created it. This was a card for my husband's 35th birthday earlier this year, and I kind of just want to discuss how I made this card using the supplies that I had on hand. Now, just a heads up, a lot of the supplies I used on this card were just random items in my stash, so some of them might be retired, but you could recreate something similar to this using whatever you have in your stash. So let's start by talking about the background on this card. When I was making this card, I actually started by pulling a panel that I had previously did some ink blending on. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a whole bin and this is my special bin, and it is just backgrounds that I've made at some point, but haven't really figured out yet how I want to use them. And I just keep them in here because I know at some point, this is going to be perfect for some project. I just don't know what yet. So I have a whole bunch of panels like this that have already been ink blended. Some of them don't have anything on them. Some of them I've already added splatter or things like that too, as you can see on these two. But the background that I pulled for this card, I hadn't added any splatter to it. It was just a green ink blended background because my husband's favorite color is green. Now I think the colors I used on this card, I think this is probably Concord and Ninth Sea Glass. I think this is maybe Concord and Ninth Parsley, and I think this darkest shade is Concord and Ninth Clover. I made the panel a long time ago, so I don't know for sure, but those are the colors I think I used. Now to add interest to this ink blended panel, oh, and I just want to say too, if you want to see how I like to do my ink blending, I will link a video I made recently up here where I went in depth with how I do all of my ink blending. But anyway, to add some texture and interest to this background, I went crazy with the splatters. So I started by splattering on some water, and that's what these kind of lighter blotches in the background are. Those are just water splotches. And to do that, I just took some water, just clean, clear water, and just used my fingers to splatter it all over and then wiped it up with a paper towel so I had those splotches. Now I thought that looked good, but I wanted even more interest. So next I decided to use some white acrylic paint. This is just what I happen to have in my stash. I watered it down and I used a paintbrush to flick on some white. I hope you can see that there. Those stark white dots onto the card. And I thought it was looking pretty good, but I wanted one more level of splatter. So I took my DIY mica spray. This is just a spray bottle that has water and perfect pearls in it. And for this one, I just opened up the bottle and I just used this nozzle to flicker on some of this DIY spray. And I hope you can see all those little bits that kind of shimmer. I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well. You can see it in person for sure. Oh, there, I think you can kind of see it. They kind of look like silver splatters. That's that mica spray. So once I had put all those sprays on the background, I really liked how much texture was on the card. So next, I knew I wanted the numbers 3 and 5 because it was my husband's 35th birthday. And for that, I used a Spellbinders die set. Yeah, I just really like these kind of big numbers. They're really fun, and this is one of the only number die sets I have in my stash, but I thought it worked perfect for this card because the numbers take up a good chunk of space. This is this was the large die of the month from February 2021, so it's probably retired. They probably don't have it anymore, but again, you could use whatever number dies you have in your stash. And I decided to cut those numbers out of some white, just plain white glitter cardstock that was in my stash. I still wanted this card to have sparkle on it, but I didn't want anything too crazy, so I thought this kind of white glitter went really well with the card. And I did stack up, I think I cut 2 layers of white cardstock and then topped it with the glitter. So I don't know how well you can see it, but there is a little bit of dimension on those numbers. And then once the numbers were on the card, it was time to make this scene on the bottom. And my husband loves turtles, so those are probably his favorite animal. But surprisingly, I don't have any turtle stamps in my stash. So I went to my ephemera and I found some of my Dollar Tree stickers. And I have 2 or 3 of this set from when I was a sticker buying fiend. I'm working my way through them. But the set had this really cute turtle and this like sea grass. So I pulled a couple pieces of this from the other sticker sets, and I pulled one of the turtles, and I just very simply made a scene at the bottom of the numbers. I tried to make sure that the different elements kind of overlapped the numbers, so it looked like it was all meant to be one piece together. And these stickers are dimensional, they are popped up, so that also adds some dimension to the card, and I think it looks really fun, and it just kind of makes it look like this turtle is swimming through an ocean somewhere. Now the other thing I did, I popped up my ink blended panel on foam tape as well. I hope you can see that. So it has some really nice dimension to this card. So for this card, since most of the elements I was using were pre-made, it went pretty quickly for me. I think I maybe spent about 30 minutes on this card, and most of that was splattering, waiting for things to dry, and doing some of the die cutting for this card. But I really like the way it turned out. I like that even though it's a masculine card, it still has some really fun sparkle to it between the glitter on the numbers and the little hint of sparkle in the background of this card. This card already has my birthday message to my husband on the inside, so I'm not going to show it, but I will say for a lot of cards to decorate the inside, I will just take a strip of whatever paper I used on the background and put that on the bottom of the card, or I might just add a matching sticker or stamp or something like that to the inside of the card. So this was it, a fun and easy masculine birthday card. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration for making some birthday cards. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That helps YouTube know you like my channel, and it also helps other people to find my channel. If you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you click the notification bell, that means you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.